Once, there was a young boy living in a small town, who had a habit of being lazy and constantly procrastinating. He always delayed urgent tasks and became trapped in his own procrastination. As a result, he began to fall behind in his studies and other areas of life compared to his friends and classmates. Despite his family and teachers repeatedly advising him to value his time, he ignored their warnings, unconcerned about his future, and wasted his time on trivial matters. One day, news spread that a wise monk was visiting the village. The monk, known for his profound insights into life, was loved by many. The young boy, curious but not too keen to make the effort, thought to himself, maybe I'll meet him later. Days passed, and the monk continued to teach and guide the villagers. The young boy kept delaying his visit. One afternoon, as the young boy lazily stretched under his tree, the monk happened to walk by. The young boy stopped monk and bowed to the monk and said, "Please help me. I feel like a failure in my life. I am falling behind my friends, classmates, and peers in every aspect. I want to surpass them and become the best. Please tell me how to achieve that." The monk smiled and said, "Would you like to hear a story, the young boy?" The young boy, intrigued, nodded. The monk began, "There was once a king who was offered a priceless jewel. But this jewel had a unique curse. It would turn to dust at the stroke of midnight, and all its value would be lost. The king, mesmerized by its beauty, cherished it, thinking he had all the time in the world. He kept putting off using the jewel's magic, thinking he would enjoy it later. But as the hours passed, the king grew tired and fell asleep. He awoke at midnight, only to find the jewel had turned to dust, and its magic was lost forever. The king was left with nothing but regret. The young boy stared at the monk, confused. "What does that have to do with me?" The monk turned to him, his eyes filled with wisdom. "Time is like that jewel, the young boy. Every moment you waste, thinking you'll do it later, turns to dust. You cannot retrieve it. Every time you say, 'tomorrow,' you are throwing away the precious jewel of today." The young boy felt a pang in his heart, but he wasn't ready to change just yet. "But I'm young. I have plenty of time." The monk gently placed his hand on the young boy's shoulder and said, "Imagine a boy who receives gold every day, but instead of using it, he throws it into the river. Day after day, he wastes his wealth, thinking he has enough. One day, the river runs dry, and there is no more gold. Would you call that boy wise?" The young boy shook his head. "No, I would call him foolish." The monk's voice softened, "That boy is you, the young boy. Every day, life gives you the golden opportunity of time. But instead of using it wisely, you let it slip through your fingers. You delay, thinking there will always be more, but one day, you will look back and realize it's gone, and with it, all the dreams you never fulfilled." Tears welled up in the young boy's eyes. For the first time, he understood the weight of his wasted time. He had always dreamed of a better life but never took the steps to make it happen. Now, he saw clearly that the future he desired would never come unless he started acting in the present. The monk said, "You cannot change the past, the young boy, but you can decide what to do with the time you have left. The jewel of today is still in your hands. Use it wisely." With that, the monk walked away, leaving the young boy deep in thought. From that day onward, the young boy changed. He started working on his farm, repairing his house, and fulfilling the promises he had made to himself. Slowly but surely, his life transformed. He no longer wasted time, for he had learned that time, like the jewel in the story, was far too precious to be lost. And whenever he felt the pull of laziness, he remembered the monk's words, "The jewel of today is still in your hands." If we look at our own lives, we can see that we often fall into the same trap as the young boy. We postpone our dreams, delay important tasks, and tell ourselves that we have plenty of time. But time, much like the jewel in the monk's story, slips away quietly with every moment we waste. The truth is, time is one of the most valuable resources we have, and once it's gone, we cannot get it back. In reality, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't necessarily talent or intelligence, it's how they value and use their time. Each day offers us a new opportunity, a fresh start to work towards our goals, improve ourselves, and create the life we desire. The key is to recognize that the power lies in our hands now, in the present moment. So, let the young boy's story be a reminder that while we cannot control the past, we can shape our future by making the most of today. Don't wait for tomorrow to start pursuing your dreams or taking care of what truly matters. The jewel of today is still in your hands, use it wisely and watch your life transform.